Hey, I'm back. It's Lazy Stone, and I'm here today to talk about one of the most, I guess, biggest crisis that's been going on YouTube, and that's predator catching videos. Now, obviously, I've already posted a video about JiDion, but here we are talking about JiDion again. And the title of the video is not to shock you, but to pretty much just put you up to speed here. JiDion was supposedly exposed for paying actors into being bad people who touch children, but that's not what happened. It was just all BS. It was just to give some Twitter troll content, well, actually attention to address the content that he wants to make, which is basically fake drama. Obviously, all of this was fake. So today I'm gonna get into is the August the Duck video about JiDion and how it is completely misleading the way he is trying to find those people who are trying to do things with children, which is very bad. Let me just play the clip.
And I wouldn't necessarily say that I have like strong feelings about it, but I definitely have an opinion, and that is a sentence that essentially means nothing. Basically, I don't really think the whole predator catching genre of content is one that really belongs on YouTube. I don't really think it's one that should be made at all, and I'll expand on that in just or like the consequences that these guys face is not the issue I have with this content. If anything, it's really the lack of consequences that they face and the reasons that the guys making this content are doing it. Some are better than others, don't get me wrong. Some of these channels seem to have managed to get in with local law enforcement, or they've developed a better understanding of what exactly they need for the cops to actually be able to do something, but still, you should probably just be leaving this kind of shit up to, you know, law enforcement. Because a lot of the times,
Now, don't get me wrong here. JiDion isn't the perfect guy for the to catch a predator type sting operation video / channel. He's not the perfect guy for this type of thing. But however, what he is known for is just being a comedian when the time counts for it. In these videos he doesn't really do that. He doesn't really like make jokes. He's trying to be serious, but sometimes he does throw a joke here and there just to make it more humanized. You know, it's more to humanize the whole thing, the whole situation, and he's getting good credit for that. He's making arrests. He's giving these people who are doing terrible things a bad reputation now because he's doing the work that needs to be done for these disgusting ass niggas that are going online chasing after teenagers and trying to hook up with them, which is disgusting. Now, don't get me wrong, JiDion used to make videos that were interrupting the public, interrupting the community, but what better way for him to, you know, recount for his sins by doing the bare minimum? Well, not even the bare minimum. We could call it the maximum here, because he's not just going after people who are just going after teenagers. He's actually making arrests here. He's trying to make sure that he could solidify all of his credits. He's gathered all his receipts. It's on his channel. He's making big moves. So it's a good thing, but it can't be handled in any better way that he could do. It's to the best of his ability. So we can't expect a YouTuber to actually be more serious than JiDion. If there is one, then we could go out and find that certain channel. But at the end of the day, we get what we came for, and that's for somebody to get caught. I said catch, to get caught and put into jail. That's basically it. We don't need anything more. I mean, we could get some slap of comedy here or there, but that's about it. So yeah, I mean, I don't think it's the best thing, but I don't think it should be taken seriously. Of course, JiDion sees it as a way to benefit him so he can make money out of it, because it is a topic, it's a genre that's exploding with so many views, and people are making a lot of money out of it, making these types of videos. So why not, right? So we can't really do anything about that. It's legal, it's fine.
There's room for humor in basically anything, but I really can't help but feel like editing something like this and making something where you're talking about what JiDion's talking about here in this style is in poor taste. To me, it's just a genre of content that should be treated a little bit more seriously, because these guys are trying to catch these predators. That's a completely different thing than, for example, making a video where you make fun of somebody who was on the show to catch a predator. Because when you're watching that show, you know that those guys are fucked. That show was done with law enforcement, they all got arrested, like you knew what was gonna happen to them. With these guys, it's not really the same thing. Like, it's kind of weird to edit a video in this style when, like I mentioned earlier, you could just be making a significantly more safe, cautious, and aware predator who's going to be a more effective
Yeah, like I said before, Chris Hansen did this shit, and he did it for a while. It could have been continued, and in today's day of age, like, we need to be more aware of these sick psychopaths that are trying to be with kids, and it's a bad thing to allow them to be in our neighborhoods. But the problem is they're still in our neighborhoods, and I'm still at the level where August the Duck is. I understand where he's coming from with this, is that the fact that Chris Hansen, and I already previously mentioned this already, but the thing is, Chris Hansen can't really bring this, like, he left a mark on the television network when he made Hansen versus Predator. I'm just gonna throw an example. Yeah, he did it before. It's just that a higher power came out and took him down and took his team down. So now he can't do it anymore, but he could do it on YouTube, and he could have the law enforcement with him to work with him as well, because he has money to do that. But the problem is with JiDion, it's the fact that you're expecting him to take things seriously. I don't think a guy like JiDion could take things seriously. I don't think YouTubers like Skeeter Gene could take catching predators seriously, because at the end of the day, it's just YouTubers just making entertainment for people. In fact, he did have an opinion. Well, he did talk about how JiDion using in evidence, right, as merch basically for like a subscription, it was like something edp.com, whatever it's called. I don't remember what it's called, but it's edpwatch.com. I think that's what the site is called. He had a problem with JiDion selling his content for like evidence, like he's selling the evidence or the cringy calls made by these predators going after kids. He would sell this type of shit. So here's a clip for that, and that's what probably, grinds his gears, is the fact that JiDion is selling content about predators trying to go after kids.
As the genre goes, like I said, it's some of the better stuff on YouTube, I think. However, my opinion of it has changed a bit after I've dug into it more. Maybe I just wasn't looking hard enough to begin with, though, to be honest. Because I saw this clip the other day for, I guess it's like a membership for the predator catching content that he does. And I don't know, guys, it's really left a bad taste in my mouth, and I think it's something worth talking about. Because like I was saying earlier, I think a lot of these guys sort of get to a point where they almost start to forget what they're doing, and maybe that's what we're seeing here. I'm going to show you guys the clip in full, and then we're going to go through it. Again, this is like an advertisement for a membership service to his predator catching content.
Please subscribe.
What's this? What the f is this?
Do you want to watch EDP Watch episodes early and completely uncensored? Do you want to listen in on these disturbing one-on-one calls we have with these monsters?
Do you usually rub your or do you beer it?
And do you want to support our mission to protect those who cannot protect themselves? Then why not join EDPWatch.com?
Like I said before, again, we're all just YouTubers. We're all here to entertain people. We're all here to say our opinions and state this, that, and third. And of course, you're not going to be dealt with the right amount of tools. You're not going to have the right tool for the right job. But what you're going to have is people who are trying to find the legal way to make these type of videos. Now, don't get me wrong. I did find some flaws in JiDion. But at the same time, I feel like people are taking JiDion's videos a little bit too seriously if you haven't understood JiDion's past. I'll even throw out Vitality, whatever his name is, I'll throw him in there. I'll even throw in the DAP guys who post Twitter videos about them catching predators as well. They do the outlandish things by harming the guys who are trying to go after kids. And what I gotta say about it is, do you. I don't think I have anything to say about it because it's literally how you guys run business. It's your entertainment. It's your source of entertainment. It's how people keep clicking and watching. But the thing is, there's only one type of power JiDion has over all of these cases, and it's the fact that he's able to expose these people in the communities that they're in. So if he's able to do that, then people can keep an eye out for these guys. I mean, people are able to notify the cops just in case if they see these people. I mean, of course, if they get released back out in the community, at least people could keep a sharp eye out for these type of people. And it's thanks to JiDion, his power can overwhelm the activity of guys going after kids 24/7, trying to go after just these kids who are online almost 100% of the day, and unfortunately running into these terrible human beings that might take advantage of them and ruin their lives. So is this type of content good for JiDion to make? Well, he finds purpose behind it. That's the problem. Well, it's not a problem at all. It's just that he does it for the good of society, even though there are some flaws behind it. But do I see it as a bad thing? Hell no. Everybody has their works. Everybody has their quirks. Everybody has the way they cope with things. Not everybody's going to be in the serious level as August the Duck, how he tries to daddy fucking JiDion because he's making content with mixing it with comedy, mixing it with him being a jokester about the whole situation, even though he claims to be serious when he makes these type of videos. JiDion, I'm talking about JiDion. So yeah, JiDion, he's not the right guy to do this type of shit, but he does have the power to expose these predators so they could be put down for the monsters that they are. And he already has the receipts to back that up. So in conclusion, I don't think that August the Duck should make a video about JiDion catching predators, and well, I just don't think it was a good idea to count the flaws of JiDion doing, because his fans, you know, everybody else is just gonna talk shit. Like, that's basically the internet. A lot of people don't like predators. That's the problem here. Nobody likes predators. If you keep using that issue of JiDion not taking stuff seriously, when he kind of fucking does in almost every single video, and he does have arrests in every single video, then what's the point in trying to argue about this? I mean, if it's legal to put on YouTube, then there's nothing you can do about it. You could just take it for what it is, or just move on with your life. I mean, yeah, he can make a video about it and talk about it, but I'm just saying why this can't really happen. There can't be a really serious YouTuber out there that's going to take everything seriously. At one point, they're just going to make content out of this so they could get the views.
Sent me JiDion's predator catching content, and really, if I'm being completely honest, I thought it was kind of some of the better stuff on YouTube when it comes to that genre. It's not perfect, don't get me wrong, I still wouldn't call it like good necessarily. It has all the issues that all this kind of content has, but JiDion does seem to normally try and get what the police need to do something, and a lot of his videos do end with these guys getting arrested. Now, I don't know how many of them have actually been charged. It's probably not that many. Maybe I'm wrong on that, correct me if I am, please. But it does seem like the majority of these videos do end with a guy in cuffs. He seems to generally take it pretty seriously. He's not just going out trying to like beat these guys up for fun. He confronts them professionally. It doesn't ever seem like he's really just trying to get a rise out of somebody for...
And this is why I said he shouldn't make this video, is because he didn't watch all the videos that JiDion has posted and how they resoluted, is that even a word? How it all came to a resolution. It ended up with the person going to jail and having an actual record. That's what we want out of these predator sting operations. If we have that, then yes, they're doing a good job. There's nothing they could really do. I mean, if you want them to be at a Chris Hansen level, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. That's just basically how the world works. Like, people are going to take things differently. They're going to have a different perspective. They're not going to have like, oh yeah, I looked up to Chris Hansen and I'm going to do it the Chris Hansen way. No, I'm just going to do it my way. And if my comedic style has to be put on top of there just to get the views and to make the money by opening up like merch and having these evidence phone calls on edpwatch.com, having these cringy ass predators make their moves on fucking children, then just deal with it. I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, if they have that shit, hey, I would have paid $5 a month for that shit. I would have loved to hear how these guys were feeling themselves making the most cringy dating moves on a fucking child. Like, I would love to see them ruin their lives in 4K. Which I already did, but I didn't subscribe. Obviously, I didn't pay $5 a month for that type of crap. But again, yeah, I'm not completely biased by this. I'm not against August's opinion on this shit, but there's just no way in hell you're just gonna get a solid To Catch a Predator style ass video. You're just not. It's gonna be completely different. That's all I had to say right there, and that's pretty much the whole entire video there. Yeah, is there a way to solve this situation because there's so many channels that are based on catching a predator? No, there isn't really. It's just all about really being very responsible about it and making sure that your content can be posted, and that's it. And JiDion has done that. There's no perfect way to doing it, and I don't think there ever will be. Yeah, so again, we're on YouTube where everything is more toxic because, and well, not more toxic, but it's in a way toxic to the point where it's enjoyable to watch. So there's nothing we could do with this type of content. If anything, it's for the greater good at the end of the day, and we're getting the best type of content out of it. So I think that's a good thing. Like, we're getting the entertainment of watching these weirdos get caught and JiDion exposing them. That's what we could take away from this. Anyways, I guess that's it for me. This was a gameplay commentary video, and I guess I'll see you guys later.